So we learn about the differential, we learn about the chain rule and product rule, and also quotient rule. It has to be in one package. Okay, we cannot separate the quotient rule out of the other. So chain rule is applied when the y equals functions to the power of something. Only one function. That's it. And we have a product rule is when I have something, a function times by the other function. And also if we use quotient rule when we have the fraction as simple as that, function over function, the other function, of course. Okay, so chain rule is only used in when you have a single function and powered by something. For example, the formula will be you put the n below, u power n subtract 1 times u xn, or the derivative of the function, or you can just write du dx, but I don't think we need to do that. Just do a simple understanding. Okay, and y xn will equals to u, or you can just write du dx v plus dv dx u, but I don't think we need this. I hate that term too much. U xn v plus uv xn. Okay, u xn means the derivative of u, uv xn is the derivative of v, and this will be u xn v minus uv xn over v squared. Your teacher teach you this. I think this is not efficient. Du dx times times v minus u times dv dx over v squared. I don't think this is necessary. I just changed the du dx by u xn. That's better. Okay, so let's see for some of the questions. I think we can do the revision, the review exercise, because this is totally separated, right? So we need the easiest way. I mean the combined version of the question. Exponential, no. Trigonometric later, learn later. We can do it tomorrow. So let's see the review set. There you go. Now let's go to this part. Number 6. Let's do it. I just pick any random questions. Okay. At what point on the curve fx does fx blah 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 does the tangent have a gradient 1? So what you need to do is try to find the tangent first. So the tangent is the dy dx, right? This use quotient rule, right? Simple, because it's the fraction. So what you need to do is try to separate or to list down the u and the v. That's what I do usually. U is x, v is x squared plus 1 power half, right? Because it is a square root. And then next, u xn equals 1, right? We derive the x, and v xn, you use chain rule. See, the function power. See, this is chain rule. Get it, Vicky?
Yes.
So you use chain rule whenever you see that there is a bracket and also a power. So half times x squared plus 1 power negative half, right? Times by the inside. X squared become 2x, right? 2x. Or you can simplify this. So x over, right? I don't think we need that yet later on. X squared plus 1. I think we better do the linear part, 1 over 2. So the dy dx is equals to u xn v minus u v xn over v squared. So u xn v here, 1 times the number itself, or the v, x squared plus 1 power half, subtract u v xn, x times x, x times x times x squared plus 1 power negative half over v squared. I think we are done until here. Half power 2, right? So if you want to simplify, it's you just simplify the the equation, I mean. Okay, power half minus x square, right? X square plus 1 power negative half over x square plus 1 itself. Okay, we don't have to put the half because half power 2 is power half power 2 means multiplying the power. That's all. And then the question, does the tangent, at what point of the curve does the tangent have gradient 1? You put 1 here. Okay, because the gradient. And then after you get that, what next? Here. Do the cross multiplication. So this is 1 over 1, cross like that. And then you will get x squared plus 1 equals x squared plus 1 power half, right? Minus x squared plus 1 power negative half. And you have to solve for the x. In this case, we need to do the long way. Square root of x squared plus 1 minus x squared over square root of x squared plus 1, right? Because this is negative and half. What you can do now is try to make this as simple as you can over x squared plus 1. Rationalize the denominator. So x squared plus 1 equals square root of x squared plus 1, subtract x squared, square root of x squared plus 1 over x squared plus 1. See how hard it is to be done. Okay. Again, what you have to find is finding the x. But I don't know. Is your teacher teach you this kind of question, Vicky?
Like making it into square root after
Yes.
the question. You didn't teach us how to do that. But...
Okay. So what you need to do is only finding the dy dx only, right? Is it like that?
Yeah, and to just simplify it or something.
Okay. Okay, that's all. I think we just do it like that. This one. Okay, but
Okay.
if you want to try to find the answer, just use it like this. Whoa, it's challenging, man. So
Yeah.
x squared plus 1 equals, you can just write square root of x squared plus 1. 1 subtract, right? I just get rid of this. X squared over x squared plus 1. Okay. And then x squared plus 1. So x squared plus 1 over x squared plus 1. Make this as x squared plus 1 minus x squared, right? So, hard. Crazy, man.
How did you get 1 minus x squared?
I factorize this. Okay, I get this out of I put the square root of x squared plus 1 to the other side and I put the bracket, and this is 1, right? Subtract.
Oh.
Okay, it's
Okay.
complicated. Yeah. So the answer, we haven't get the answer yet, but it's already it's we need to do the rest. Okay, so x squared plus 1 equals square root of x squared plus 1 times over x squared plus 1, right? Because 1 over something, right? You multiply. So
Yeah.
do the cross multiplication. Power 2, right? Equals to square root. Get the idea? Cross multiply.
Wait, why does x squared plus 1 to the power of 2 equal?
There you go. You multiply. You do the cross multiplication.
Oh, right. Okay.
Oh, it's hard, right? So x squared plus 1 square equals x squared plus 1 power half. Okay, what you need to do now is try to solve this kind of question. Wait, I think I can give you the simplest way. What number that is squared is equals to a number that is power half? So x squared plus 1 has to be 1, right? 1 power 2 equals 1 power half. There is nothing more, nothing else. Get it, Vicky? So the x is 0. That's the answer. Okay. So if you get the x as 0, so this is logic, yeah. 1 square equals 1 power half. There is nothing more. No more number that can get this kind of question. So for example, 2 square, is it half power 2 power half? No, it's totally wrong, right? So it has to be 1, nothing else. And then after you get x, the question is asking you for what point. So you have to find the y. So substitute. So the y equals 0 over square root 0 plus 1, right? So y equals 0 over 1, 0 also. So the answer is 0, 0. Get it, Vicky? It's hard, yeah. Again, I have to admit that this question is hard, but you know how to solve it using chain rule, product rule, and quotient rule. Okay.
Also, can we do the exercise 13G number 4?
Sure. 13G number 4, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I am copying this to Microsoft Word. Wait a moment. Exercise 12G number.
13G number 4.
13G number 4.
Yep.
Wait. 13G number 4. Ah, I see. So I don't want to erase the top side. There you go. So this is multiplication, right? The power is outside, but we have a number or a variable that is out of the power. So it has to be a product rule, right? So this is u, this is v. So u equals x power half, right? And then the v will be 3 minus x power 2, right? And then the u accent or the derivative of u is half times x power negative half. Get it, Vicky?
Yes.
And the v will be in chain rule, v accent. You have to do the v accent using chain rule. Why? Because this is the pattern of chain rule, right? It is totally the same. It's a function to the power of something. So 2 times 3 subtract x power 2 minus 1 and multiply by the inside 0 minus 1, right? Minus 1 itself. Get it? Maybe you get confused by this part because negative x. So negative 2 bracket 3 minus x. That's it. And then the dy dx is supposed to be using a formula u x and v plus u v x n. Okay, y x n is u x and v here. 1 over 2 square root x, right? I just write like that because it's easily to be seen. And then times v, right? And then plus uvxn, uvxn, square root of x times negative 2 times 3 minus x. So what next? You put it below 2 square root x, 3 minus x bracket square, plus, oh, minus 2, right? Because plus minus, minus 2 square root x, 3 minus x over 1, right? But you need to make the denominator equal. See, look at the question. It has to be on the same denominator. So what you need to do, so you multiply by 2 square root x and 2 square root x on the right side, on this part. Okay, now we have the same denominator. So 3 minus x bracket square minus, put 2 square root x times 2 square root x is 4x, and then 3 minus x. Understand, Vicky?
Yes. So for the first part, you did the product, I mean the chain rule.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Wait,
then
this is the product rule, but you need this as a chain rule. There you go. This is a chain rule, the V. Okay.
to find what you need for the
Product rule.
product rule.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay. Continue. So I open the bracket, right? There you go. Subtract 12x minus plus 4x squared, right? Wait, what the heck is this? Why it is wrong? Wait. Give me a moment. 1 over 2 square root x here. This is 1 over 2 square root x by x then times v. 3 minus x bracket square. That's it. Plus u v x n. That's also right. And then, okay, there you go. And let's try to solve it. This is 5x squared, right? Wait, I missed this. 2 square root x. So it's equals to x squared plus 4x squared, 5x squared minus 18x minus plus 9 over 2 square root x. So what you need to do on top of it will be factorize. So this is 5x and this is x. Put it 2 square root x. And then what else? Crazy man. What times what equals 9? Oh, 3. Right? Can you do this? Factorization from 5x squared minus 18x plus 9 becomes this part. Can you do this?
Yeah.
Oh man, this is wrong. I mean, this is not done yet. See, we have 3. Okay, so this is the trick. I think the question is giving you some crazy tricks. Can I just write 5 times 3 becomes negative 5 times negative 3? Yes, it can, right? Positive times negative is positive. Okay, so I just can write like this. Times minus x minus this. Oh man, this is so tricky. And you can go inside the power, the bracket over 2 square root x. Done. And it is proven. Yeah. How is
I
it?
don't understand that.
Which one? Which part?
The
Yes.
the one where it goes from the red to blue.
Oh, from the red to blue. Here,
I guess.
use this idea. So if I have 5 times anything, any number, for example, 3 times 8, can I just write negative 3 times negative 8? You have to provide your own negative in order to get the question right. See, that is the problem. That's what I said. It's quite tricky. Okay, negative times negative is same as positive times positive, right?
Yeah.
So that's proven. So next, yeah. Question B. Find x coordinates of all points on y, blah, 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 where the tangent is horizontal. Tangent is horizontal is where the gradient is 0, right? The tangent is horizontal, the m equals 0. So I think I need to do, I have to change to the top of it. There you go. Wait a moment. Okay. So for question B, find the x coordinates that where the tangent is 0. So dy dx over 0 equals to 0 equals 3 minus 5x that we already get, 3 minus x over 2 square root x. So if you do the cross multiplication, you will get 0 equals the top side itself. 3 minus 5x, 3 minus x. So the answer will be here. Either 3 minus 5x equals 0 or 3 minus x equals 0. So the x will be 3 over 5 or x will be 3. Right? That's the answer. Okay. For what values of dy dx is undefined? Undefined is where here. Undefined is anything over 0, right? So where this answer, the denominator is equals to 0. So 2 square root x equals to 0. So square root x equals 0 or x equals 0. So where x equals 0, the value of the gradient will be undefined because it is horizontal vertical. Okay. So this is a higher level question. By the way, it's a good question. And you need to understand about the idea. Okay. How's it, Vicky? I will send this to you, your WhatsApp later. 13G, yeah? 13G part number 4.
I'll just rewatch the video again.
Sure. You can watch the video later. Again, you have to understand about the definition of undefined and horizontal and so on. Okay, let's do this, number 5. It's clearly enough. The question is clear enough to be worked out. Okay, I will give you time, about 5 minutes to do this. Okay, I will pause the recording and please remind. So Vicky done until this. Vicky is already put the u accent v plus uv accent. Right, this is the product rule, and easily do like this, and then you're done until here. And we try to do the factorization using the formula, ABC formula. So negative 8 plus minus 4. Square root 4 is 2. I just do it simple over 6. Okay, so the first x will be pick the positive, and the second x will be pick the negative. Negative 8 minus 2 over 6, right? So first answer will be negative 6 over 6, and the second answer is negative 10 over 6. So negative 5 over 3. That's it. Done. Yeah, that's for the answer. For what values of x does dy dx equals 10? Okay. Now you can do number 4. Okay. Do you understand so far, Vicky?
Yep. It's just
So rather than you do the factorization, you can use the formula. That's
Can I
more.
just like do that all the time, or
Can you just what? Sorry.
can I just use that formula all the time?
Sure. You can use for every kind of equation. This is the common equation. The common, because it can find the answer until the decimals. If you do the factorization, you cannot use for all the equations. Okay. So now number 4, yeah, I'm waiting. This is quotient rule. Simply put like that. Sorry, I forgot to resume the recording, but Vicky already proven this part. And then if equals to 0, you do the cross multiplication. So this will be equals to 0. Use the ABC rule, and you get 2 answers. And the second one will be negative 11.35. You divide by 2, you will get negative 5.68. Actually, it has to be negative 5.675. And we're done for question B1. If it is undefined, undefined is where the denominator is 0. Okay, where something equals to 0. So undefined is where the denominator equals to 0. So x plus 2 bracket square equals to 0, right? The denominator part here. And the x plus 2 equals to 0, you square root both sides. And then x equals negative 2. Okay, that's for question A. And for question of the of the quotient rule. Man, I lost my vocab. Okay, that's
Oh,
it.
wait.
Yes.
The BI for the 0. What was the answer for that?
Yeah. This.
Oh, is that okay? Okay.
You find the value of x. That's it. Okay. Let's
Okay.
try to do one more question. I will show you something else. I think we need to do the review step. 14. Find the derivative, pure derivative, or pure differentiation. Let's do number 14a. What rule you use for 14a? What rule you can use?
The chain rule.
That's right. See, and this is quotient rule. If you have something else, use the product rule. That's it. So for question A, u equals x squared plus 3, uxn is 2x. So for the formula of chain rule is n times u power n subtract 1 times uxn, right? So the yxn will be 4. You put the 4, and then the u x squared plus 3 power 4 minus 1 times u2x, uxn 2x, right? And that's the answer, 8x, x squared plus 3 cubed. Okay, that's it. And then quotient rule, u equals x plus 5 power half, and v equals x squared. Uxn will equals to half, x plus 5 power negative half. This is anyway, it's a chain rule, but you multiply by 1, right, the inside. And then vxn will be 2x, and put in the formula uxn v plus u minus uvxn, sorry, almost wrong, uvxn over v square. That's it. And I think you can do the rest. Okay, it's hard. I hate the algebra because the derivative, it's supposed to be no need. You don't have to focus on algebra in order to solve the derivatives. Just put like that. Okay, but it has to be proven, to be simplified, and so on and so on. And it's so annoying. Okay, but you can do it, right? Okay.
Yes. May I share my screen again?
Oh,
Like,
sure.
yeah, just to show what we learned today.
Ah, there you go. You can send it to my WhatsApp as well, yeah.
Okay.
So we can prepare much for this. Prepare for the best.
So
Second
this was a
derivative. I
question,
see. Yeah, yeah. Oh, sine and tan.
and
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Memorize.
and it's correct.
Tan, okay, sine equals cos equals negative sine, tan equals secant square. Yeah, there you go.
Is
That's
that
it.
all I need to memorize?
Okay, I think you only need to know one. Two. I want to share the screen again. Yeah, one more. Okay. Good question, by the way. What you need to know actually is only sine and cos. So the derivative, if y, this is y accent, right? If y equals sin, y accent equals cos x. Is if y equals cos x, the y accent is negative sine x. How about tan? Tan x is sine x over cos x, right? Get it?
Yes.
You can use the quotient rule in order to solve tan x, but better you memorize. But we can derive it. So let's say u equals sine x, v equals cos x. So u xn will be cos x, and v xn will be negative sine square sine x, right? And then so the y xn will be u xn v minus u v xn over v square. So u xn cos x times cos x, cos square x minus u v xn negative sine square x, right? Over v square. V square is cos square x. Remember cos square x plus sine square x, right? Because minus minus over cos square x. Cos square x plus sine square x is 1, right? It's a trigonometric identity. Cos square x. 1 over cos is secant. But if it is square, secant square x. So memorize. You don't have to memorize, by the way. But memorization will help you a lot rather than you need to put the quotient rule. Okay, get it, Vicky?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, that's all. Any question?
Can you? Okay. Okay. I'll share my screen again.
Oh, okay.
Um.
Wait, it's loading.